Okay, I am going to be working with Ashley for a moment here just to make sure that this fits with her because I'm feeling pulled to her. So I have a young male in spirit that would have passed 20s to 30s, shirtless a lot. He would have liked to be shirtless. He was very fit or thin, like very good shape with his body, life of the party energy, very carefree, could be careless at times, of course. He gives me a B name like Brandon, the 23rd of the month being significant, back-to-back losses being significant, so either somebody had passed not too long before him or not too long after him. He talks about substance use and being very into music. He talks about having a very close relationship with his mom growing up, but there was distance between them before the passing. He talks about a burial, and maybe somebody or you have visited his gravesite recently. A graveyard or a cemetery would be something of significance. Somebody has just had a birthday that has passed or is coming up very soon. He talks about kind of not being in his right frame of mind before passing, dealing with a lot of anger. And I feel as though this would have been an unaliving situation. And I feel like this is like a friend or a boyfriend as far as the relationship. And the next thing that he also shows me is spending a lot of time like outdoors together, like taking long walks and doing things like that together. He would have liked to walk around outside. I don't know if maybe he didn't drive too much or he didn't drive for a reason, but it feels like he would have walked places a lot. Does that make sense to you, Ashley? Okay. Would it make sense to you that he had had trouble with the law as well? Like being arrested and things like that? Okay. So he shows me a white t-shirt, so that's why I was making that assumption. So maybe he wore white t-shirts. Can you take that as a piece of information that would relate to him? Okay. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's like I'm trying to draw conclusions with what he's saying to me. Would he have been pretty, like, so as far as his dress, like attire, like stylish and wanting to keep, like, look neat and things like that too? Like not being like sloppy with the way he dressed, I guess you would say. No, very Adam Sandler. Okay. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what this white t-shirt means, because like he shows it as, yeah, like I feel like these are the conclusions that I'm coming to with this white t-shirt is maybe he's been in jail, maybe he wore white t-shirts, or maybe he just kept his appearance pretty clean. Your fiance wears a ton of white shirts. Okay, would you have had a romantic relationship with him? Ashley? Okay. Because he keeps calling you beautiful, and so this is where, yeah, in some ways I feel like you grew up together, but I feel like there was more to it. Like, on and off again through different periods of your life since we were 5. On and off again through different periods of your life. And he feels very protective over you. Very, very protective over you. The way he's talking about it is like things never lined up perfectly to where it would work. Like either he wasn't in the right point in his life, or you weren't in the right point of your life. And so it just was never okay. And I feel like maybe infidelity was part of the relationship too, because it was just like you were young and growing up together, and like didn't always treat each other the right way, because you knew each other since you were 5. That's crazy. I think I know what the white t-shirt means now. I think the white t-shirt's an apology. Shit. I think the white t-shirt's an apology. It's like waving his white flag, you know? That's what I think it means. Does that make sense to you, Ashley? Because it feels like there would have been hostility kind of before the passing. Okay. And he's talking about dealing with a lot of demons. Like, he dealt with a lot of demons. And he says that you put up with a lot of shit too with him. Like, you tried to pull him out of the depths. Like, you tried to rescue and save him from, like, many situations. And he wants to thank you for that. So I definitely think that's what this t-shirt, that's what this, like, white t-shirt is about here. Okay, I think we got it. I think we got who it's supposed to go to. Thank you. Is his name a B name, Ashley? I'm just curious where that fits. I'm curious where the 23rd fits with him too. I'm gonna keep going though. Okay, someone who passed shortly after him. All right, cool. I mean, not cool, but I'm glad that that name lined up with something though there. So kind of almost feels like the 23rd would be something that maybe relates to the passing. I don't know for sure, but Puzzle piece. Hold on. Another puzzle piece. Okay. He passed in 2023. B-Day was 2/3. Oh my gosh. I love when they do double meanings. They do double meanings all the time. I love it so much. And I don't mean to get excited about the evidence, but it's just so exciting when I can see how the dots connect and how they make sense. Okay. Okay. This is definitely like first love, young love. And he always admired you regardless of what happened throughout these relationships. He really, really wants to let you know that. He's like pulling your hair out of your face. I feel like you have brown hair and maybe you like to style it with like a little wave in it, and he's kind of like brushing it out of your face to like reveal how beautiful you truly are. He really wants to acknowledge that. And he kind of calls himself an F up. He's like, I'm sorry for being an F up. He's like, I didn't realize what I had until I lost it, which sounds so cliche. He's like, I'm not one to be cliche or super romantic, but it's like, that's truly how I feel. He would often say things about that to himself. Okay. Oh, he brought up Boys to Men too. I forgot to mention that. Kind of in a funny way. So I don't know if there's like an inside joke or something with Boys to Men, or if maybe he communicates to you through a Boys to Men song. I don't know for sure. But that came through. I forgot to mention that earlier. And he also, I call him a man-child a lot. He also mentioned something funny with like motorcycles, or like a story about motorcycles. I really think he just wants to come through with this apology. He bought one shortly before he passed. His friend has it now. That's awesome. He's like, take care of my baby, take care of my baby. I think he really wanted to come through for this apology to you, because I feel like, oh wow, he was gonna get into dirt bike racing to avoid going to the bars and drinking. Ticket won the day after he passed. He was one. Oh. Yeah, I feel like he really, so he doesn't feel like he was in the right frame of mind. This feels like there was an underlying psychological thing going on with him, because I feel like he didn't treat people the right way before the passing, and he's trying to communicate that through to let you guys know, like, I'm sorry for acting this way. Like, I wasn't myself. I was pushing people away. I was angry. I was lashing out. And it just feels like there was an underlying thing that was causing him to act this way, and so that's why he wants to bring through the apology. like he wasn't seeing things clearly. Always 0 to 100. Yeah, like he's like quick to anger with everything. And he would just be like, fuck off everybody, because he's just like, he would blame other people for stuff because he couldn't understand how to take responsibility for actions, I'm feeling too. And so it would just be like, fuck off. But I do feel like he kind of got into this like substance thing at a young age too, and that kind of like messed with his brain chemistry in a way, if that makes sense. Like he went hard with stuff, like drinking till he passed out, like a lot, like blacking out. And it's like once he started, he couldn't stop, kind of thing. I do feel like he would have had a lot of friends, like he would have liked to go out to the bars and had a lot of friends to kind of go out and socialize with that. But it's like, that's almost where he spent all of his time or something, because he's just like, feel like all of his time was around everyone loved him. Yeah, very, very. So I'm not trying to talk bad on him, by the way. I'm not trying to talk bad on him, because he has a very, very sweet side to him, and he has very kind eyes. But it's just like this exterior was, sometimes it was like hard to break through. He knows what we mean, right? Like he was hard to break through because it was like this anger was so, like it was at the ready. This anger was at the ready. But he, I feel like, would have given the shirt off his back to somebody, you know, to try to help them. But he just didn't really know how to help people because he didn't even know how to help himself. That makes sense. So he's making me kind of feel like the decision to end his life would have been like a sudden thing, would have been like a split-second decision that he kind of regrets now. But it was just like this like spiral where he just couldn't see a way out of it, you know? And so again, yeah, he really wants to apologize for the way he had acted. And like I do feel like he tried to be better. He tried to get better, but there's definitely some underlying psychological illness or something that he was dealing with. It was just like he couldn't, once he started, he couldn't stop, and it was just like full force till the blackout, or like with the anger, 0 to 100, you know what I mean? And adrenaline junkie too. I feel like he didn't have that perception in his mind of understanding that actions had consequence. So I feel like that's kind of how he's talking about the decision for his passing. It was like he didn't understand the full magnitude of that consequence, if that makes sense. But he needs to let you know that he's always around you and protecting you, and he feels like he's like, nothing's ever going to be good enough for her in my eyes. Like, he wants so much more for you than maybe you even want for yourself. And he really wants to let you know that he's with you. And oh, he said that to you? Yeah, he's with you, and he wants to give you the world. He really wants to give you the world, and he wants you to be cherished and valued for how unique and one of a kind you truly are. So he's cheersing like a draft beer to you right now. and he loves you very much. So thank you for allowing me to deliver that message to you. Got kind of down a long path there.